Howdy. Let's start with some impressions from today.
Sieltä tulee enemmän kuin tästä.
That's another impression from today. Our well got cleaned up today. And that's a part of what came out. For those who have seen this other video I made where this is elderly man explaining about fossil fuels, I was really thinking that looks rather interesting. There is some oily stuff, obviously, in the water. At some point it looked rather messy, but after some time of cleaning, it really started to clear up. So there are still some little remnants of this oily thing, which I still have to. I want to know why, what. But the thing is, since there is water as theme here, obviously, and in the background also, I think, petrified clay, namely this rock here with its craters. You have seen them. I thought I have to talk about clay, and I actually made some, I don't know, earlier today. I made already this kind of similar video about the same theme, water, clay, and stuff. And I didn't put it on the internet. But now I have to, because we are talking about clay and water and all kinds of things. We might have to start off on the earthquake application. Because 4 hours ago there has been a quake near Oslo, Norway, 1.2 in magnitude. And another one, that's Sweden, 1.3 approximately at the same time. And actually there has been some others as well. 3 hours ago, 16 hours ago, that's from yesterday, and 5 hours ago. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quakes within 4 hours or something in the Norway, Sweden region. And actually, I'm not sure, but that just, is it this one? Unconfirmed. Let's take a screenshot of that for later. But I'm not sure there has been a bigger one somewhere in America, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's this one. 1 hour ago. Yes, this one I saw. But yeah, let's not dive into that. Oh, interesting. Yeah, but let's talk about those of this region, Oslo. Maybe some of you remember telling me as well, since this is a monologue, telling me and the chickens about the SO2 emissions or SO2 emission hotspots we have in the Baltic Sea. One is Oslo, one is Stockholm, one is Petersburg, every now and then also the Helsinki region, and some other places, but they are more sporadic. So let's take these three as a way, like this kind of hotspots, and they seem to be at a similar latitude, but this might just be a coincidence, or it might not. But anyway, Quake, Oslo, clay, water. So that's 2 years old, so this is no breaking news. 2020. Norway tragedy, landslide rips village apart. A major landslide tore a ravine through the small Norwegian village Ask in the early hours of the morning on December 30th. A road and at least 14 properties were destroyed by the landslide, reported to be more than 2,000 feet long. Almost 1,000 local people have been evacuated, but 10 people still remain unaccounted for more than 24 hours later. Hopes are fading of finding them alive. So obviously this article was written rather shortly after the event. Ask is the largest urban area in Gjerdrum municipality, some 25 miles northeast of Oslo. And the quake we just watched was southwest. But anyway, same value. And close to the city's major international airport, hundreds evacuated as properties destroyed. Rescue crews have been hampered by the poor light and weather conditions and ongoing land instability in the area. Almost 1,000 people have now been evacuated from the area closest to the landslide due to the fears of further collapse. So far, 10 people are known to be injured, one of them seriously. No deaths have been reported as yet, but 10 people from the affected houses remain unaccounted for. The number of missing has steadily decreased through the day from 24 people as have been contacted, many of whom were away for the holidays. Police continue to search the area with temperature-sensitive equipment and search dogs while trying to establish the whereabouts of the 10 missing people. So there is this landslide, which happened 2 years ago. And it is this kind of quick clay incident. So we might have to go to Google Earth and check about the place called Ask. Where is it? Ask. So here we go. I have been watching this a little bit since I made a video about that. I didn't read any Wikipedia things, but I watched the pictures. And particularly one picture struck me, since like I have been talking about white rivers, mountain waters, cryptodomes, cryptogeysers, and all these kind of things. About how mountains, which still have these kind of water veins, water pouring out of the mountain, that they are alive. The mountain is not dead. And as a proof, I see water veins or wells sources as proof of them being still alive. Which means also they are part of the electrical circuitry of Earth. Here we have a landslide, and it doesn't seem to be too hilly there where the houses are. Of course, there is like up and downs there. There seems to be some water body, or maybe even two water bodies. I don't know if that's a water body too, but I somehow think that that's some kind of a water body. And there are more pictures. This is also from this landslide, I think. We have the edges where it went down, they are rather sharp. But we also have down here trees. And since the landslide happened in 2020, there's just 2 years, and I think this tree is older than 2 years, so it might have survived this whole landslide thing. And there is water here, so maybe the water has been there also before. I don't know. And still, like, there's white rivers, which I think are associated with limestone, gypsum containing material, maybe rhyolite lava. And as nature is, it also always provides both sides of the spectrum in order to keep the equilibrium. So if we have white rivers, we will have black rivers. In one of my recent videos, we were watching this kind of landslide thing somewhere in the north. Was it Alaska, Canada, Greenland? I don't remember where we have been, but there was this kind of like very dark material which almost blocked one of those fjords, which would be in a way the black rivers. And if the white rivers are this kind of limestone, calcium, alkaline material things, then black rivers are probably this kind of clayish materials. And clay might be something which is coming out of the ground. Not always. Usually it's just there, but it can really, it has to originate somewhere. Materials here on Earth, they are not just here, They have to originate somewhere through some process. And I think, in a way, more and more that clay is an eruptive material which comes out of the ground. I might be totally wrong, but it's very interesting. And we have quick clay like this in Norway. We have water veins. And if there's like mountains where we have this kind of lakes and streams, then we have to assume that these mountains aren't dead. There will be fluctuations in the outpour of those waters in the mountains according to whatever influences of cosmic cycles and stuff like that. Charge densities and interactions between the grounds and the heavens. And as you might know, like volcanoes often are shrouded in clouds, even though they don't erupt, but they are like antennas. I have been watching some German weather channel, and he was then explaining about the Azores high pressure system out in the Atlantic. And everybody knows about the Azore high pressure system. And he was somehow then explaining that it is like a very stable pillar just standing there in the middle of the sea. Yes, because it has its own electromagnetic potential. It is charged in its own way, either positively or negatively. And if it's the Azores high, it's probably charged. I don't know. I'm still try to wrap my head around it. Is it charged negatively or positively, since is it attracting those high pressure system? I think somehow it would be positively charged. That's why it attracts somehow the high pressure system. It establishes a positive electromagnetic field. That's why there's high pressure systems. And volcanoes and the clouds, which are plasma. And as I was watching those pictures, I stumbled across this one. And I thought that's very interesting. I don't know if there's a mountain there in the background, but I really wonder what's the reason for this cloud here, or this cloud formation, because it seems to be very dense, and there's like a water body in between, and then there's some mountains, and then we have this very interesting cloud on top. And I was just wondering if there's a possibility that there would be any kind of cryptodome also in Norway. And if there's any activity going on, there could be easily emerge clouds on top of that. September 21. I think it's very interesting. Maybe it's just a forest fire. Maybe it's just nothing at all. Random clouds in a random place somewhere. There's other pictures. And I really would like to know which hill we were just watching at, because there's not really this kind of bigger water body here in the vicinity of this village. So I don't know where this picture got taken. But I think I leave it here. There are more these kind of quick clay events in Norway. They happened in the past, and so probably they will happen in the future as well. And at the end, just for science, let's zoom in into this quake location. I didn't do that yet. Ovenstadilla. There's something white. Is that a mining operation? Yes. And this looks rather white to me. But that's just my opinion. NCC. Lierskogen Asfaltfabrik. Asphalt. Obelisk. Frederick versus Obelisk. Oh man, maybe we have to check this out on Google Earth. Lierskogen. Lierskogen. So that's just the first thing which I probably could remember to write into Google Earth. So this obelisk was somewhere here. Obelisk. That's not too old, since it seems that's still written in Swedish. No runes here. Yes. But that's rather white. And yeah. We might have to go back to the earthquake application in order to check out the water situation in the vicinity of the quake. So where's the quake here? Where is the here? Yeah, there is water all over the place. Here is a well. Few hundred meters to the right and few hundred meters to the left. Ikke plus. Yeah, this might be just homes what they're building, but I think it's very interesting that the sediments and all this kind of stuff is rather bright in color. And the quick clay event which happened was somewhere up here. So here we probably ask, here I found it. Let's check it out. Is there anything like that in this region as well? Distelbecken. So there has been a water vein which originates here. So the mudslide region, I think it's somewhere here. So there's a water vein which is originating here, and it goes down through this region area, and it ends here somewhere. Here. Or it's the other way around. Maybe it's originating here and going to the other side. But it doesn't seem to be connected to any other. Yeah. You probably have noticed this could be endlessly continued. Yeah, I think from this part I showed some pictures in my earlier video, which I deleted. But I think I will put this now out into the internet. Just be aware of quick clay happenings, liquefaction, and these kinds of events, because they could increase due to increased seismicity and all these kind of things. Combined with heavy rain on these kind of things, it can happen quickly. As the name says, quick clay. Thanks. Bye.